Well, for the 24th of June, so the third week in the month, we think that by then it will be possible to safely organise a referendum. We will indeed be bringing some changes to the legislation so that people can vote by post as well as by turning up in a polling station or voting by proxy. Ironically, I've been informed that our law only permits a postal vote, if you're away from Gibraltar, so we're going to permit postal voting if you're in Gibraltar also. And I think that this is something that, ironically, we delayed exactly a year ago. Exactly a year ago, we postponed the referendum that had been fixed for a week from now, a year ago, the 19th of March. And it's quite remarkable to think that is only a year ago. I mean, you think of everything that has happened since I spoke in London with the Leader of the Opposition and Malin Hassan Naon and the Deputy Chief Minister, and we agreed to postpone the referendum. We have lived many lives indeed since last March.
You speak about carrying this referendum about in a safe manner. What measures will you be putting in place other than postal voting?
So I think you'll see that tomorrow I'll be announcing a number of relaxation of measures which have been in place for some time. We announced that we would be reviewing things weekly. Tomorrow I'll be making an announcement about some things that will be relaxed. So by the time you get to June, there will be, we hope, if things continue as they are, and with the vaccination rollout program that we have seen so successfully, that we will be able to be safe in a more normal way. But there will also be other measures to ensure that our civil servants are safe in the places where people go to vote, and that those who turn up as voters are also safe. But that judgment will be made closer to the time, depending on what the numbers of cases are, what the effect of the inoculations has been seen to be, etc.
You mentioned in your press release that we're picking up where we left off. What do you mean by that? Do you mean, for example, that the designated campaign groups will be the same ones?
Well, the main campaign groups have already been assigned, but there will still be an opportunity for other groups to register if they wish to, which that is in keeping with our law. Additionally, when I take the motion to Parliament, I have no intention of topping up the amounts that were provided for funding. I think we should continue from where we were. So I think that there were about £50,000 provided to each of the campaigns. They've spent in the region of £20,000 each. We're not going to provide more funding. We're going to stick to the original 50,000. And look, I think to a very great extent, the arguments have been made. We were a week away from voting last time, and what I would like to see and what I would appeal to all your viewers to do is to express their views, to campaign for the side that they passionately believe should be the one that succeeds, but to do so with respect, to do so by looking at the arguments, not at the character of the person that they may be arguing with, and to keep the arguments always about the issues. And look, I say that, of course, as a sinner. I'm a politician that may on more than one occasion have failed to stick to the issue, may have in the moment of cut and thrust gone beyond, but I do appeal to those in this particular referendum, because it's such a sensitive issue, to try and exercise additional restraint and to make very respectful, meaningful, forceful representations and campaigning, but to do so in a way that does not incur an insult, that does not incur in any way failing to respect the other side.